Hello everybody. I have an exciting story for you. I went fishing this weekend. Now before you turn this video off, know that this is not ordinary fishing. This is what the Japanese call Tomodzuri. Tomodzuri is made up of two kanji. Tomo, which is friend, and zuri, which is fishing. So in a way, it's like friend fishing. Now what isn't implied by this name is who the friend is. It's not your friend from down the street. No, it is another fish. Yes, a fish will help lure in the other fish to their dooms. This is a technique used by Japanese fishermen to catch a fish called the ayu. Are you there? In order to do this technique, you're going to first need a really long fishing pole. About 3 times the size of your average fishing pole. Now at the end of your fishing line, you're going to have about 4 hooks. 3 for your friend, and 1 for the prey. Once you've got your equipment ready, you take your friend fish and take the first hook and stick it in its nose. This first hook is more like a ring, kind of like what you'd see in the nose of a bull. Next, you're going to take the second hook and stick it near the end of the tail to keep it in place. The third hook is optional, but it's good for anchoring the fish, so you can attach the third one to its back. Now the hook that is left is the most dastardly evil hook I have ever laid my eyes on. It is not a single hook, but a triad of hooks. This hook is so dastardly, you won't attach it to your dear friend. Instead, it will dangle behind your friend for the unsuspecting, arrogant ayu. Now all that's left is to release your friend into the river and wait like a normal fisherman. After exerting some patience and mastery of the waters, you will finally feel the tug, not from your friend, but from another imposter fish, and you will just pull your fish back in and then detach the imposter. What you don't see from above the water is the arrogance of the imposter fish. Now what happens under the water is your friend ayu is swimming, minding its own business, when all of a sudden, another ayu sees that your friend is in its territory. Being territorial as ayu are, the imposter fish rams your fish over and over and over and over and over. Or maybe it just rams it once. Or maybe it just wanted to give him a hug. Whatever the imposter fish was trying to do, it is now stuck on the maniacal evil hook, dangling off the end of the ayu. Then you take the imposter fish off, stick it in a little case so that it can't escape, and continue the process. As you can imagine, this gets pretty exhausting for your friend fish. So every now and again you're going to want to give him a break. So you just detach the hooks, stick them in with the other fish, and then choose another friend. Luckily, since you're so good at fishing, you will have caught other fish by then, and so you can just choose another fish as a friend, no longer an imposter, and use it as your new friend fish. That basically sums up the process of Tomodzuri. Now I'd like to go into some of the equipment. So first we have the long fishing poles I mentioned earlier. Those are pretty self-explanatory. The next item is the daiwa, which is the container you use to put fish in after you catch them. The daiwa has this really cool opening that will only open inwards so the fish can't swim out. And then you can open the whole thing so you can dump the fish into your net or anywhere else you need them. That brings me to the next piece of equipment, the net. So after you catch a fish, you can bring it in and then put them in the net so that they don't escape. And that can be as a transition before sticking it into the daiwa, because it can be a little difficult transitioning straight from the hook to the daiwa. Also, when switching between friend fish, you're going to want to use the net to dump the fish into the net so that you can choose one safely without having any escape. Finally, I'd like to share the results of this fishing trip. This trip was a part of a big competition that was going on in the Gujo area. And so there were different divisions in which you could compete. There were the professionals that were off a ways from all of us novices. There were the middle schoolers and undergroup, the women's tournament, and then the Gaikokujin tournament, or foreigners tournament. Naturally, I was in the Gaikokujin tournament, but I won first place out of 2. Yes, there were only 2 Gaikokujins at this tournament, but this was the first time they'd had this event, and I'd say it was very, very successful. They had lots of people show up. The only challenge is that there aren't very many foreigners in the Gujo area right now. But this gave us foreigners a great opportunity to not only learn about the culture of the area, but to get involved in it and to experience it for ourselves. In the allotted time period, I ended up catching 3 fish. The person who got second place caught 2, so wasn't too far behind. And as much as I'd like to take credit for these 3 fish catches, I couldn't have done it without the person helping me who was actually good at this fishing thing. This guy literally did everything except for the physical catching of the fish. In other words, I probably wouldn't have caught any fish had it not been for this guy's help. Now I'm going to quickly run through all the prizes that came with winning first place. A cool certificate. The Holy Grail. A box of chopsticks. 2 boxes of ham. 40 tomatoes. 10 kilograms of rice. And 2 mystery boxes. What's in the mystery boxes? Even I don't know. Why don't you guess in the comments below? Along with the unforgettable memory of Tomodzuri, all participants also got this sick awesome hat that says Gujo IU at the top. I like this hat so much, I think I'll wear it now. Peace out. Like and subscribe.